So what has been your favorite part of being Celine so far?
Probably, I was just saying before, probably about having the most, well, I think personally, a lot of growth within the character, because she went from kind of a motherly figure with not having much of a backbone to really growing, especially in Tribe like 4 and 5. She started, kicking a bit of butt, and, scripts weren't saying that she was crying as much. So for me, it was quite happy, because after a day of crying, it becomes quite emotional for me as well. I get home and I'm like, oh, God. But yeah, I think she became a bit more, stand up for her opinion, and she's dealt with so many issues during the show. I mean, like, every kind of teenage issue you can really think of. And I think for me as well, because I was 14 when I started, and, after 5 years, you're like, phew, I've done a bit of growing as well, so she can as well. So it was, I think that was probably my favourite part about her, having so much growth within it.
It's definitely grown a lot.
Yeah.
So, if you could, do anything with the character Celine, what would you do with her?
Well, at first, I probably would have said to get more kick butt, because she was, for me, because it just became almost quite tedious, playing the really subjected kind of always, just always upset, and dealing with other people's problems as well as her own. But I actually think she went in a really good direction, because I got some great emails at home on the fan base from people talking about their eating disorders and things like that, and how that sort of thing helped them. And so I thought, I was actually really surprised, and I was amazed that that's a great storyline that could have come in and helped people. I think I would have probably said do more action. She seemed to never be there in the cool fight scenes, and I've always wanted to do action movies. So I always wanted to kick a bit of butt, but I only had probably about half a dozen all fight scenes. But I think that probably would have been an aspect I would have enjoyed.
So you've been touring several different countries and stuff.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite place to be?
Well, it's really cool being here, because I've never been to America, like we said before, but I really love to stick around and actually see places, because all we've seen is the inside of terminals and now the Marriott hotels. That's not really life. On the tour that I went on, we went to Germany, which was crazy insane, because Tribe had just been released there, so everyone was like Danny, I heard him saying on his trip, people banging on the bus window, and we're like, whoa, oh my gosh. But England was cool as well. England was amazing, because we actually got to stay there for 2 weeks, so you kind of felt a little bit more at home and did a bit of shopping and stuff like that. But I definitely want to tour more, because I really think I want to see more of Europe and definitely more of America.
A lot of countries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I know. Yesterday we went to, I think, was it 3 states in a matter of a day? I was like, wow, been to a lot of places in America, but I haven't actually seen much.
So, who was your favorite person to pair up with?
In Tribe?
In the Tribe?
I actually had because Meryl was probably one of my best friends though in Tribe, especially especially during the first couple of series, because we lived in the same room together. And we obviously our characters never really kind of had scenes together. But there was one incident, I think, when who was it? I don't know. Ebony comes in to save us with Lex. I think it was in series 2 when we were being set on fire by the circus Tribe people, and we were stuck behind a grill. And we were crying, we're like, oh my God, we're going to burn to death. And then she comes in, and I step up to her, I'm all attitude, I'm all no, get back, kind of thing. It was really funny, because Meryl could not stop laughing, because I told her where to go, and we both looked at each other, and she made me crack up always on my takes, cameras close up on me, and she was like, so I think she was a real fun person to do scenes with, even though it was really limited, but it was real fun.
What's your impression of all these websites and everything and all these crazy people? Pictures of you everywhere.
I think the first time I actually really realised it was when I went on the Europe tour, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning or something. We arrived in Frankfurt, and there were people waiting there, and I was like, are you in bed? Why aren't you in bed? And I think I actually realised then how intense, because we just don't get it in New Zealand. People just don't understand it, and they don't get the whole drive of it, so for us, it's just our job, and we go home and everything's fine. No one really recognises us. But over here, it's insane just to see people walking around and oh my God, you're from Tribe. Danny and I were sitting in an airport, and we were just sitting there minding our own business, and a woman comes up and she was just love your show. And we were like, whoa, where did that come from, I think the biggest thing for me was people emailing about things that storylines that Celine's dealt with. and affecting them. I think that was the coolest part about getting response and reception from fans and things. I think that's the coolest bit. Yeah, positive feedback from storylines. Yeah.
Okay. So, what was your favorite series? Series to do?
I actually think it's really hard to say because my character wasn't in series 1. My character wasn't as strong, but obviously the love that was felt between the cast was so intense because we were all in the situation together. So that was really fun. But I think storyline wise and just for me doing it, I think 5 would have been. It's so hard. Because then I'm like, but 3 was fun as well. It really depended on the storylines, and because I always found it the coolest when the characters kind of interacted. Because the only bad thing about 5 was like a lot of it. There were like 2 different groups of cast, and we hardly ever got to work together, which is always kind of a bit because you don't get to see your friends and do work with them. That's why I think a lot of the first couple of series were so much fun because everyone was in the mall, and with like Dwayne, like Bray and things like that, and Caleb, and doing big scenes with the boys. We always have this term doing 15 headers when all 15 of us were in the car in the mall, and the mall was so hot, and we're all like, our makeup's like falling off our face, and we're just like, please, a break, please, wearing big like shoes, and we always had heaps of fun, and we pissed people off, like all the ADs, like all the assistant directors. They were like, guys, shut up, stop talking, and we'd just be like, like talking like it was the weekend or whatever. But I think that was all the scenes that all of us were in. Though they were so tedious because they took so long to do, they were so much fun because we just pissed people off and we just yacked, and it was all good. It was all good.
Yeah. Okay, so have you ever, like on your tours or anything, had a memorable fan that's like approached you with something or done something that kind of made you?
There was, we were in England, and we went out to Birmingham, and we went to this big mall signing thing, and we found that the people had been had been sleeping at the mall in the mall car park since like about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we got there like 1 in the afternoon, and we walked out into the main area of the mall, like the bottom part or whatever, and we walked, and the people were so loud, and it suddenly hit me, and we did this big line-up. It was like Caleb, me, Mel, and Mikey, and we sat down, and this really little girl came up to me. She must have been about 7 or 8, and she came up to me and she was like, can I please give you a hug? And I was like, okay. And she was so cute. She was really tiny, and she had like little dungarees on, and she like gave me a present, and she was just like, she started crying. She was like, I love you, Celine, you're so pretty, you're so lovely, and all this stuff. And she was like, I wish I could have been one of your kids on the show. And that kind of was one of those things that I'm like, cheer. She's so cute. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to wrap this.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.